weekly forecast for Wednesday, February 14th. Okay, so we do have the moon still in Aries energy. We will see the moon go void, of course, at 5:22 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're locking into Taurus energy at 10:03 a.m. So the transition from Aries energy to Taurus energy is always felt in such a way that we're kind of riding high. There's a lot of scatterbrained energy in that Aries energy. We are eager to push forward. We want to kind of jump from one thing to the next. There's a high level of energy, either excitement, passion, desire, inspiration, and sometimes even agitation or frustration. Moving into the Taurus energy, things slow down. We kind of move into a much slower pace. We don't really want to think too much about the future. We don't want to think so much about the past. We're really anchored into our physical bodies, into the present moment. We want to slow down. We want to smell the roses. We really want to stabilize. It is a fixed earth sign. And so out of the, let's call it crazy, chaotic energy that we may have been sitting in, bouncing around in that restless energy while the moon has been in Aries energy, it is definitely going to be a major change of pace. That Taurus energy, though, is very, I'm going to call it comforting, very familiar. Just the transition, we kind of feel like we hit a brick wall a little bit. We do need to slow the roll. We do need to get a grip on our energy, and then we are looking to stabilize. We want to rely on what is tried, tested, and true, what is comfortable and familiar. We're really trying to look to the positives. What is safe? What is secure? What is happy? What is joyful? So we are taking on a little bit more of a logical, practical standpoint once we get in this Taurus energy, and we're very focused on our physical realm. So with that being said, there are 9 different aspects taking place here today, 8 of them going to involve the moon. The one that doesn't involve the moon involves Mars and Pluto. Mars, as you know, just shifted into Aquarius energy here yesterday. Go ahead, listen to that astro forecast if you haven't already. Mars in this Aquarius energy already came within orb of Pluto being in this Aquarius energy. So we have the god of war and the god of the underworld, both in Aquarius energy. So very visionary, very focused on the future, very focused on what we could do better, where it is that we can improve. Mars and Pluto coming together in this way is definitely going to intensify what it is that we want to build, what we want to pursue, what we want to create. Now, we may find ourselves a little bit, I'm going to say stubborn, a little bit fixated, if you will, considering the fact that, of course, Aquarius energy is a fixed air sign. It does take us a little bit of time to work through some of the blockages, especially in our mental plane. And so once we kind of realize where it is that we are currently standing and where it is that we would actually like to be standing, then the passion, the desire, the excitement, the determination kicks in. And this is definitely when we start putting the puzzle pieces together to figure out an actual plan, an actual strategy. Again, we're building towards the first quarter moon in Taurus here on the 16th, which means that that's the action point. That's the decision point. That's the choice point. Pluto and Mars right now really taking us on an inward journey of seeing where this energy is building up, where it is that we can cultivate this energy, where it is that we can stay the course, where it is that we want to bring to life new vision, new goals, new dreams. The moon is then going to sextile the sun. This is a beautiful interaction. The moon's still in Aries energy at this point. And of course, you get fire and air elements working together in order to create a new idea, a new visual, a new goal, if you will. Anytime that the moon and the sun are coming together in any kind of aspect, it's an emotional aha moment. There's a new emotional awareness, if you will. The moon in Aries, again, raring to go, ready to jump into something new, ready to push what we have to push in order to bust our way through the obstacles, the challenges that are blocking us from getting us where it is that we're at, where it is that we desire to be. The sun shining a bright light in this Aquarius energy, again, very visionary. Where do we want to go? How are we going to get there? How can we be as efficient as possible, bridging the gap from where it is that we're at to where it is that we desire to be? There is an aha moment. There is a new creative force energy. There is a new epiphany on what it is that we're moving away from and what it is now that we desire to move closer to. The moon in Aries is going to make a positive interaction with Neptune in its place of power in this Pisces energy. This is going to bode very well for us because it means that we're tapping into our intuition. We're tapping into our imagination. We're tapping into our ability to really kind of formalize, visualize a path, a plan, a strategy of the dream, the vision, the goal that we now want to actively start pursuing. So this is a little bit of a refresher, if you will, a renewal energy, really getting us in alignment with what it is that we now want to start pursuing and pushing ourselves closer to. The moon in Aries is going to make a positive interaction with Mercury, ruler of the mental plane. In this Aquarius energy, we have the highest form of our intellect, the lower form of our intellect working together, really connecting the dots, really snapping some puzzle pieces together in order to gain that clarity. The moon, our heart space, Mercury, our head space, they're on the same page. They're in agreement. Again, this is about building, cultivating this new inspiration, this new motivation, this new passion, this new desire to break away from what it is that we've been doing and actually start gaining momentum towards something new. The moon is then going to get into the boxing ring, fight it out, square off with Venus. Venus is the goddess of love, beauty, worth, pleasure, and money. She's still in this Capricorn energy. A square doesn't feel good. It's not supposed to. It's supposed to highlight for us where it is that we are rearing to go, that there is a change of heart, that we do want to pursue something new. But again, because of the Capricorn energy, we can't act on impulse. We have to think very long and hard about what it is that we need to change in our physical realms, especially when it comes to our relationship dynamics, our money matters. This is something that, yes, we have to be patient upon. And of course, the moon in Aries does not understand patience at all. So this is the last aspect that we are going to have before the moon goes void, of course. Again, the moon goes void at 5:22 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're shifting into Taurus energy, locking in at 10:03 a.m. About an hour and a half later-ish, we have the moon in Taurus getting into the boxing ring, squaring off with first Pluto, then Mars. Both Pluto and Mars, again, at the beginning stages, the beginning degrees of Aquarius energy. Now, the Taurus energy that the moon is in, the Aquarius energy that Pluto and Mars are in, what they have in common is that they're both fixed signs. Fixed Earth with Taurus energy, fixed air with Aquarius energy. So the problem here is that fixed energies, they don't like change. They resist change for all it's worth. We are looking to stabilize in fixed energy. We're not looking to change, we're looking to stabilize. The problem is Aquarius energy is so much about the future that we're constantly thinking about different adjustments, different changes, different circumstances, different dreams, goals, visions, whatever the case may be. That doesn't necessarily mean that we're well equipped, well prepared to make the changes necessary in this present moment, but we are building towards a visual. So the moon in Taurus has us grounded, has us in the present moment. The square, the tension, the conflict is because Pluto in this Aquarius energy wants us to be thinking so far into the future that we're uncomfortable to do so. We would rather just build a safety, security type of energy within this present moment, not kind of think so far into the future, not think about the past. We just want to pluck out the silver linings and find a comfortable point in this present moment. So there's a tension there because Pluto wants us to change. He wants us to transform. He wants us to boss up. He wants us to take our power and control back in order to redesign, restructure our physical realms according to the visual, the goal, the vision, the dream. Similarly, when the moon gets into the boxing ring with Mars, fresh into this Aquarius energy, the same type of energy, I'm going to call it conflict, happens. Mars wants to take action. He wants to move forward. In this Aquarius energy, it's going to be a stop and go action. If you have to take a listen to the astro forecast to understand the long-term influence of what Mars in this Aquarius energy is going to be, you should probably do that. But the moon, again, in this Taurus energy, wants to stay in this present moment. Mars doesn't want to stay in this present moment. He wants to take action. He wants to make moves. He wants to progress himself towards this new goal, this new vision, this new dream. So again, conflict there. The moon is then going to interact with the sun. And let me just say, between the square off with Pluto and Mars, and then now the sun interacting with the moon, that's about a 12-hour break. Like we're sitting in this tension, we're sitting in this funk for like 12 hours. So this is towards the end of the day that the moon and the sun are going to come together. And of course, when the moon and the sun come together in any kind of aspect, It's a new awareness. It's a new aha moment. It's a new realization of what it is that we're thinking and feeling. The moon, again, in this Taurus energy, very grounded, very anchored in this present moment in our physical bodies. The sun shining a bright light in this Aquarius energy on where it is that we want to go from here. So the awareness comes out of the fact that we understand that no changes, no adjustments can be or should be made in this present moment. And that alleviates some of the anxiety, some of the pressure that we've been feeling. And instead, we're just opening up our perspective that this is just a brainstorming type of activity. This is just a visualization type of energy. And so we're a little bit more comfortable to think about the possibilities of the future when we know that we don't have to take action and make moves on it as of right now. The moon then going to sextile Saturn. Saturn is the Lord of karma. Now, lucky for us, this is a positive interaction. This is the sextile. This is the very last of the day here today. And the moon being in this Taurus energy, again, we're taking a logical, practical look at our physical realms, at our circumstances, at our situations, of our comfortability levels. The sextile is a harmonization with Saturn. Saturn, of course, the Lord of karma, ruling over roles, responsibilities, structures, foundations, willpower, discipline. In Pisces energy, really challenging our beliefs, really pushing us into la-la land to kind of, yes, escape reality long enough for us to create a vision, a dream of an alternative situation, circumstance, reality that we would prefer to be living. The Saturn energy, of course, always keeping us in check, reality check after reality check. We don't want to get too far away into Lululand because Saturn is going to bring us all the way back. But what this is doing is actually putting us in a very good situation because Pisces energy and Taurus energy work very well together. Pisces energy inspires us with a dream, with a vision, with a goal, with insights, with an intuitive guide to what it is that we're being called towards. And of course, the Taurus energy is able to bring it to life. So at this particular point in time, we are contemplating what we want to build, what we want to create, what we have to bring into form in order for us to stabilize our present moment here and now and actively start building the bridge to get us away from where it is that we're currently at and closer to where it is that we desire to be.